Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Vijay and we are learning Python with our Python Mastery series. In the previous videos, we learned how to have operational on the functions. Then we went ahead with different type of variables, local, global, all of that. And like we also learned how to have the modules introduced to our custom modules to our main file, and then Python built-in modules also we studied how to use them. All of that we are doing. Whatever we are maintaining is only temporary until the program is running. Let's say I am maintaining a lucky customer project that we did. I'm maintaining the list of a lucky customer I'm generating, and then after the program restarts or the machine restarts, everything is gone. We are not saving that, or the customer, whatever the customer ordered, we are printing that thing. We are able to generate that details in the proper format, but we are not able to save it. We need some permanent solution. So let's say after uh, today, let's say I have to see the list tomorrow of the customer that visited yesterday. Definitely I will be able to see that, but with a permanent solution, with the file handling, we need to save that. Apart from the Python program, we need to save that thing in a file to which Python can also again read the file and reproduce the formatted output again for us. So that is very necessary that we learn how to have the file handling in Python. Okay. And the second thing, why it is important, all the data that we are getting in a real world. Let's say if a school teacher is there, they are having the students' marks and everything. That is in some Excel format, or you have a customer list that is also in some text format or Excel format. You have a menu dish or menu card that where item and its price are there, that is also in some file format. So reading of file, that capability is a must whenever we are building a software, because otherwise coder cannot always initiate or always enter the data at the time of initial software development, because the data has to be entered by the user, and that can be in any file format. So our software should be capable of taking that input and processing it in a proper format, whatever is the necessary output. So that's the need of the file handling in our uh, day-to-day work, and as a developer that is very much necessary. Okay, so we will today learn how we can read a file, how we can write into a file, how we can append into a file. All these are three different operations. Writing and appending is also separate, that we will see the difference, how we can save that, and we will build a mini project as we always do in each of the concepts. So don't worry about that. It will be a fun to learn this topic. So let's now jump to our VS Code directly. No theory in this. Let me clear my older output and change my directory to the mm, CD. Although we won't be needing this terminal because we are using the Jupyter notebook only, so we won't need that thing. Okay, but I'm just keeping the path settled in case we need to write any py file. In that scenario, we will we might use that. Okay, but as of now we don't need it. So first we will understand how to create a file or how to write in a file. Okay, so I will create a variable with the open keyword, then I will mention the file name menu.txt. Okay. Mm, okay, I'm just seeing if it shows me the function details. No, it does not show me. So you have to trust me whatever I give you the explanation. I wanted to show you, but I don't know why it is not showing up anything. It is just loading. So here we will give the file name, and here the operation that we want to perform. In case of write, we will write W. In case of append, we will write A. In case of read, we need to write R. It's very simple. The first initial of the word of the operation that we want to perform. Okay. And then what we will do, we will uh, use the write function to write whatever we want. Let's say if I write pizza, oops, then again if I write file dot write burger, okay, and then file dot close is a must. If you are performing the operations in this way, there is another method also that we will go as we proceed further, but as of now I am going to show you both the method. But this method, file close, is a must. If you don't close file, it can perform in a random behavior, so that is always recommended that you perform a file close. So here you can see there is no menu dot txt as of now. And if we are performing write operation, if the file is not found, Python itself will create a blank file and then start writing in there. Okay, so if I perform, you can see menu.txt. If I open that, pizza burger, okay, that is printed. I should have entered here /n. Okay, let me run it again. It will give you an idea also if the file exists, what happens. So if I run it again, here you can see pizza and burger. So it will rewrite the file, whatever is there, it will delete all the content and then it will rewrite. If you perform a W operation, append will start appending after that, whatever till second line it is written. If I write it once again with the append operation, it will write in the third line and it begins from there. So this is the difference between append and uh, write functionality. Okay, so it's fine. We have now written a few menu items, pizza and burger. Now let's say if I want to read this one, the operation is quite simple. We will have file equal to open. This is a standard that we want to open this file, and what operations we want to perform, that we will mention in the second parameter. So menu.txt is the file name that we want to open, and this time we want to read it. Okay, and what we want to do, we want to print the output. Okay. Mm, print, we want to do a file dot read. Okay, in this way we want to, whatever we read from the file, that we want to print it. Okay, and do not forget to close. Even in the read also, whatever operation, once you open it, it is mandated to close it. Okay, once your work is done. So you can see here pizza burger, it is printing in a proper formatted way whatever we needed. So this menu.txt is with us, even though if we close the Python program, if we rerun it, this will go and find the menu.txt and will read from it. This is not temporary, this is a permanent saving of the data. Okay, so we will now see the append operation. Okay, so let me copy this one, and do not complain that I am copy and pasting, because this is the similar code that we have already written, so it is easy to copy and make changes to it. So let's say if I am doing a coffee, adding a coffee, okay, on the menu, open it with the append operation. Now notice we are doing with a append operation. Okay, and now we will append coffee and close. So if you see, if I show you menu.text, it didn't erase the pizza and burger, it just added coffee on that. So that is how append operation works. Okay, now if we want to read line by line, whatever is there, that here we are reading, but it is printing at once only. So let's say if I want to read line by line, what we can do, file equal to open. So basically line by line, of what I mean is, we want to iterate it like we do in list, or we do in the tuple, all of that thing. So in that way, can we iterate the file elements that we are getting? So that is our whole idea to check in this one. And we will be reading it. Then for line in file print, we want to see the print line. Do not format it. And once the work is done, very important, close it. Okay, so you can see pizza, burger, coffee. Here the gap you are seeing because we have put the /n. So that's the reason. So here it is printing line by line, so it gives us an flexibility that we are able to iterate also whatever the lines that we are reading from the file. Now this is one method, and another method is with the use of with keyword. The advantage is that with keyword will close the file automatically. We do not need to write file dot close and anything like that. And this is the kind of, you can say, a little bit modern way. Many codes nowadays you will find that they are using this method only. Simple with open whatever the file name txt. Okay, then whatever the operation you want to perform, let's say you want to read, and as file file, whatever the variable you were giving previously, and then this will be the block under it, whatever operations, like you want to read a file dot read and then print it. So it is very much equivalent to this code that we wrote here. Okay, just this is a little bit modern way. I'm just keeping it here in the comments. Okay, so this is a modern way to write this one. Both of them will produce the exact same output. You won't see any difference in this one. Just that the file dot close is now not necessity. You can avoid that thing. That is perfectly fine. Okay, and just a second. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so this is the necessity in file dot close with the older method, but not in the newer one. So this is also one of the way that through which you can perform the file handling. Now moving on to our mini project. Mini project, and for code cafe, what we are going to do is we are going to build a customer order logger. We will be maintaining kind of a detailed file where we can handle whatever the customer is ordering, that if we want to refer it in the future, we can read that file and we can refer it. So we will accept a customer name, we will accept the customer's order item, we will save that to a file, and then we will read all that and display in a formatted way. So this will be the objective for our mini project. So simple, we will start with customer is equal to we will take the customer name as input, and then what we will do, we will have the item, we will take the item from the customer and enter item. Then what we can do, mm, we can have a with open, we will create a orders file. Orders, mm, just a second, I forgot the double quotes, orders.txt, and that will be for the write operation, as we want to write the data whatever we took from the customer, that we want to write it in the file. So file dot write. Okay, and the format that we want to write is customer. Then we want to concatenate the string, single quote space, and then what else we can do, plus the item. Okay, so in this way we can have the details saved, and we can add a slash n also at the end. Okay, I guess putting a dash will give us more clarity rather than space. So customer name like Vijay dash. If we ordered let's say samosa, so with a dash samosa will give us a better clarity rather than a space. Okay, I guess this is what is there, and then we will print a mm, session order saved successfully. Okay, we will be printing a message also. Once this is done, then we will print the mm, we saved the order. Let's say one customer came, we perform this thing, we save the order, and then we need to print that also. So for that we can run a loop order history, and every time we run this program, it should give us the reading of the orders.txt file. So with open, this time we will be opening as a .txt in the read mode. Okay, as file. And what else we can do once this is done? Print file dot read. Okay, whatever the order.txt orders we can keep, that looks more logical. And then print slash n, thank you for the visit. Okay, and this time we forgot a welcome message also, that also we will print. Welcome to code cafe. Okay, we did a welcome message, we took the input and item input, and then we write. Okay, here we made a mistake. I think we need to hit the append. Why? Because let's say if I write it in the file and then display the order history, then next time whenever I run, it will erase whatever was written. If we use the write, we need to use the append. Once Vijay visited, then after that Raj is visiting, Vijay's data should not be deleted. So that is the whole purpose of saving the history. So now let's try to run it. It is giving some error, invalid syntax, where it is the that we need to see. Okay, just allow me a second. Where it is printing in a wrong way. File dot write customer, and mm, I'm not sure where it is. I think here should be a plus. Now let's run. Thank you for the visit. This should be a small n. Okay. Okay, now it is working fine. And one customer is Vijay, item dosa. Okay, you can see Vijay dosa. Now, if I write another, the customer name can be Raj, and he is very much fond of coffee. So here you can see Vijay dosa Raj coffee. So the customization can be done. We can include the date time module, have the date included along with this like history, so that will make more practical use. All of that can be done, but the whole idea is that now we are aware that how we can handle the files, how we can save into the file, we can read from that file. That capability is now with us in a programmatical way. Okay, let's say we are having a another customer, Priyanka. Okay, and what we can mention the item, mm, pizza. Okay, you can see the history is now maintained in a proper way. We got few of the errors. We forgot here the addition sign, as we are concatenating the string, that is addition is important. We forgot that here we made a capital N instead of a small lowercase, so that was a mistake. This mistakes will give you an idea that how to rectify your like programming errors, and this will make you more better developer, more better programmer. When you practice, you get the errors. Do not be afraid any day of the errors. Until unless you are able to rectify it, it is a good thing that you know how to handle that errors. Okay, so Mm, let me jump to the main screen. Okay, so today we learned how to handle the files. Like we were able to save the data, and then we were able to retrieve that data, read from it, all of that things, and we were able to resolve few of the errors. Why I am focusing on the error part so much? That because as a human we might make some mistake. Until unless we know how to resolve, that is a good part. In Python also we are getting multiple times error, but it should not happen that the program should crash. It should give the warning to the user. It should give a kind of like message to the user that this is the error that you are making. Let's say if I'm asking user to enter the age, and mistakenly they enter their name. So the whole application should not crash. If in real world also you see the program is not crashing, it gives you the message. But until now, if you see, whenever we are running the Python program, if we get a wrong syntax or anything, it suddenly crash the program, and that gives us an error like name error, value error, something like that. So in the next module we will be learning how to handle that things with the help of try catch block. This is like basic thing in every programming. Whichever programming language you are learning, the try catch thing comes into the picture to handle the real life scenarios. Whenever you are feeling that this can be the portion of the code that can lead to a crashing of the program, you always write it in the try and catch block. Don't worry if you don't know about this one, definitely we are going to cover in the next video. And if you are liking this series, please like, share and subscribe. And do not forget, if you have any questions or any suggestions, feel free to comment. We will try to cover that in the upcoming videos. I will see you in the next video. Until then, happy coding.